Bear in mind this is a prison. It's absolutely superb.
In today's Urbandoned video, we are in Portugal visiting an abandoned military prison that closed in 2009. After more than a century in use, the facility is in a state of disrepair, yet still boasts incredible architecture behind the cracks. Join us as we explore the property to see what remains.
Alistair,
What?
have you heard that 85% of people are not subscribed?
You're joking? They need to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell to never miss a video.
Ho ho ho, it's Christmas on the Urbandoned channel and we want to let you know that you can get 25% off all magazine orders using the code WINTER25. Be sure to get your friends and family the ideal urbex gift, each with their own personalised Christmas card. The sale runs throughout winter until the end of December. Anyway, let's get back into today's episode.
Finally inside this abandoned prison.
Look at that, there's the central skylight in all its glory.
Wow. You couldn't see that from outside because of the towering wall.
A lot of pigeons, so I can tell.
I don't think access is going to be trouble here.
No,
inside
probably
at
not.
least.
Some of these outbuildings might have interesting bits in. Looks like it's being used for storage at some point. It's all cluttered and decayed in here now. Continuing around the outside of the prison. The outside in itself is very interesting. Looks like it opens up around here. Oh, and there's an open door as well. I'll come back to it because that's obviously the meat of the explore. Oh wow, look at this. Another open door. You get a scale of the four-winged prison here. The bars all visible from outside. It's massive compared to the cramped other side. It's actually quite pleasant really here, tucked away. It's its own little haven.
Wondering if this used to be a garden for the prisoners, but it's become very overgrown. The watchtower's cool. Maybe later we'll go up one of those if that's possible. I think it would be a ladder. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Such an incredible building. With that dome, you really do not see prisons like that anymore. It's clearly been disused for some time due to the level of deterioration on the outside. I'm just taking a look around the exterior of the prison. Oh, it's so cool. The overgrown football pitch with some very short-spaced goalposts. But yeah, this shows you a better external than the garden we were just at. With it all being open. It's very peaceful in here, which is just such a contrast, I feel like, to how it would have been when the building was occupied. Every single one of those windows will be cells.
The scale from outside seems to be slightly misconstrued from within, because we are straight into the thick of it here. Kind of like the main atrium section. And my God, is it impressive. Look at that. Bear in mind this is a prison. The glass work and the ironwork is immaculate. And all these balconies leading off to a 3-tier system in 4 quadrants by the looks of it. It's absolutely superb.
Ambling into what can only be described as an architectural haven, we had made it within the former prison's grand atrium. At every angle, disregarding the building's purpose, beautiful grandeur is visible, whether it be the jaw-dropping dome, intricate ironwork, or arched windows. The space was simply breathtaking.
I assume this would be the central guard tower. Would have been controls in here for all doors, gates, etc. at one point, but it's pretty empty now. It is, isn't it? You hear the chorus of coos. I was just saying, it's, you don't get this in prisons. Like, it seems weird. Doesn't seem right. I know, and it feels almost relaxing, like the gardens outside and everything.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the moving staircases in Hogwarts.
It does a bit, yeah.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Ah.
That's me. Take a look into this cell block, which is yellow and white, different to the one Theo's in. The staircase doesn't look the best. And then yeah, it's pretty simple after that, just cells on the ground floor and then on the upper floor as well. Look at the way the concrete is collapsing there underneath the walkway. And the skylight as well is missing many of its glass panes. Still a number above this cell door, number 80. But no bed in it. You can see where the sink was. Just an empty cell. This is probably even older than the Italian prison we did. There's a bit more in the cells there. The sink's still intact. And in here, a piece of furniture, although I don't know if that would be in here. And maybe the mattress. Doesn't look too comfortable, especially now. Yeah, it's like a PE mat from school. Magazine. Hmm. 2011. I'm gonna hazard a guess that this was brought in here after this place closed. Check out these, scratched into the wall. The type of stuff you only see in films. not seen this yet in any abandoned prisons we've done. Marking the days that they stayed here. I wonder what happened to them.
Entering into one of the main wings off the central section. You can see the extent of the pigeon poo in here. It's a little bit more serious. We don't seem to see prisons like these as often anymore. They're big halls and they're double layers. I feel like they're a bit more of a rarity at the moment. So it's very refreshing to see one in such a good state. And by that I mean abandoned state, obviously. It's a shame to see it falling down, but visually it's stunning. Cells all seem to be fairly stripped. Like work had happened at some point.
Constructed in the 1890s, the historic prison housed inmates from the armed forces for over 100 years. In the late 90s, the site was taken over by the Ministry of Justice, who specialised it for convicted law enforcement officials to protect them from other inmates. With the structure's hourglass spilling, it was eventually closed down in 2009.
This one seems more intact, although the floor is quite flooded from somewhere. I like the patterns on the floor and on the walls. Doesn't seem like there's as much decay. The layout of this is already different, although this is a shower room. The numbers are on every single door in this corridor. It's weird because it is, but it's like wallpaper. So it's like they've wallpapered magazine pages down, because that isn't just stuck on. It might have to be blurred. Stop us getting demonetised. In a place like this where there isn't much furniture, stuff like this is really important to try and tell its story.
You can see stained glass in here.
It's the final bit we've not been to yet.
Yeah, on the ground floor at least.
It's all flooded.
This definitely isn't cells. Got notice boards on the right, still with papers in.
Yeah,
Slammed.
Notice board's cool.
I think quite noticeably is the stained glass and this ironwork. Perhaps this was like visiting entrance.
Yeah, I was going to say,
like
there's no way prisoners are going through here by themselves.
All the tile work. So European, it's so nice there. Hopefully some of these offices or rooms have still got stuff in. Pretty much covered the bottom floor, to be honest.
Yeah, that admin bit. All the doors were locked.
Yep. Wasn't just the one I tried. I imagine this will be more visually appealing than the downstairs, especially in the central bit. There's so much more area up here.
Wow. Yeah, the colours are beautiful.
Just get all the natural light coming in from each length of each wing. So stunning.
Progressing onto the second level of the institution, it was a remarkably peaceful experience, with only the faint sounds of overhead pigeons or a distant hum of traffic beyond the wall, allowing us to focus entirely on the incredible design before us, which was only getting better the higher we got.
I feel like this admin bit is quite reminiscent of the Italian prison. Just empty rooms. It's dark because all the shutters are down. They're all numbered though. Would have just been offices, I imagine. This is a possible interview room. With that window where you'd sit and have conversations. Seems like a private one though, because you'd only fit one conversation with a family member or friend in here. So maybe there's a bigger one. Right, let's check out one of these wings from above. They really weren't shown space. Look how tall the ceiling is.
I know.
It's unnecessarily tall.
That's when they've gone and thought about it there. It's very grand.
See what's up there? On that
There?
staircase.
Looks like an attic space. The stairs are not in a good way. Yeah, just an attic space.
Yeah.
A lot of pigeons by the sound of it.
It's those same interesting cells with the unique layout. Skylight is intact in this one though, and there's minimal chipping, which is completely different to the other wings. Makes you think that maybe the roof was adjusted and that prevented water getting in, causing too much decay, because this one feels quite intact. I'll show you some of the cells. Just the same as the ones downstairs.
Seems to be a couple of these. This one looks to be the most interesting out of all these types of rooms. There's a little diagrams and pictures on the tiles. It's not really obvious as to what it was. There's a plaque up there which could help, but our guess is maybe a chapel. But this one survived pretty well.
This wing is the exact same. I can actually see the walkway floor opposite me buckling. So I'm probably going to come back the same way I'm going now. The pigeons love it in here though, with these ledges that they can sit on. I'm going to set off a chain reaction now as I walk past. as beautiful as this place looks, it absolutely stinks. And I mean, you can imagine what it smells of. This is the more decaying one.
Oh, speaking of decay, it looks like my time is near.
Oh shit, yeah, yours is fogged.
Yeah, there's a massive hole in the floor.
In fact, that
there.
makes me not even want to go too much further on
There's
this
a
one,
lot
because
of
there's so much pigeon poo as well that if there was little holes or collapses, you wouldn't even see them.
That was literally my thought there.
Yeah.
That is the most serious one we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, we can get the picture from here as well. It's just going to be empty cells again.
Big golden door on my left. In fact, it's just the sunlight shining through by the looks of it. Oh yeah. The room in here is massive. Oh, and the drop-down ceiling above me is causing it to be completely deadened. By the looks of it, I think I've just wandered into the chapel. And that meaning that the room that I was in before is most definitely not the chapel. This is so much better though. Wow.
Theo says he's found the chapel. Wow. This is incredible. This is the shot right here with the decay coming down. The detail on this cage is magnificent. We're at the highest point now where we can get a good view of the dome as well. All the ornate details on it. Look how much it's cracking at the top. I feel like it won't be long before that just comes crashing down. And then the water ingress will be a real problem. What a place though this is. It's not for anyone that's scared of heights, this prison. I wonder if they ever had complaints about that with these walkways. This is one of the final rooms. It's a huge one. Another nice window. But that is pretty much it. All the Hogwarts comparisons, this literally looks like it would have been a massive mirror, just like in the Philosopher's Stone. Don't know what else it would have been.
It has been 15 years since the prison became abandoned, with purely natural decay long settled in, causing dramatic scenes for any willing to enter the hazardous complex. There was infrequent plans to transform it into student accommodation in the past, but nothing has been concrete. It is the perfect example of loss of expression through architecture, with a strong likelihood that fairly close by to this decaying marvel is a modern prison built to last. We wonder how long the former will sit and deteriorate without a second glance. Here are some of our photographs captured at the abandoned prison. If you like the look of them, check out our Instagram page in the description, where we share images from our explores months before they are seen on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Remember to check out our Christmas magazine sale on our website, linked in the description. Only a couple more videos now before the end of the year, and we want to make them count. See you next time.